Yo, what up? What up? Man, I gotta make sure I don't talk too loud. I think people are sleeping now. Time to go to sleep. I don't want to be yelling in the mic. Man, what is good? What is up? The question is, why are you awake? That's the question. What is good? Shout out to all my people out there, man. What are y'all doing up? I'm on that mountain time. Number one, let me know if you can hear me okay, because I'm trying not to talk too loud. I want to wake people up. But it is 1:20 in the morning. And here I am. 1:20 in the morning. Yo, that's what's up. Rock with the channel, bro. Salute. Working on content myself. Big salute. Yo, I know you're working on something right now. I know you're working on something, and I want to check your content out. I'm actually gonna go to your channel. Let me see. Do I already have you subscribed? Let me go ahead and don't talk about it, be about it. So let me go ahead and get on it. Where you at with your progress? I don't want to take up too much of your time because I just finished working on a video myself, so I get it. Let me check this out. I got you. Man, this content creation is a whole other beast. I'm trying to tell you. Channel, let's see. God's soul. All right, let me see. All right, I think I got you here. Let me take a peek. Yeah. All right, I found you. Okay, you gotta sneak ahead. Subbed up. Subbing. Get it. Okay. I see you. What we got? We got on a little intro video. We got the Firebird, Forest, White Cements, Military Blues, Bread. Okay, bread. Let's get it. I'm vibing with your channel already, man. Yo, what kick you working on, bro? What are you working on? Alright, out here in the shy. On video number 2 for the day. You got great content, fam. Keep it going. Yo, man, appreciate you, brother. And that's what, alright, check it out. I'm not gonna hold you up, because like I said, I get it. I actually just finished knocking out these cave stones and all that. About to put some music on it, and I'm gonna upload it here in a couple hours. But I appreciate that, brother. And you know what? Same to you, man. Just keep grinding. It is a process, and that's why I am on here. My biggest issue is, honestly, I'm gonna be transparent, because that's just the way I know how to be, right? My biggest issue isn't views, man. I got people watching my content. That's not the problem. It's accumulating these watch time hours, these 4,000 hours within a 365 day period. And because I've had my channel now for a couple of years, it's like every day, bro, I lose hours. So every day I gain, but every day I lose, and it's like an uphill battle. It's like I gain 40 hours in a day, but I'll lose 32 hours. And then I gain 20 hours and I lose 17, and I'm like, oh my gosh, man, it is an uphill battle. We ain't giving up, right? We're gonna get there. And I'm blessed, what I mean, in the whole 9 yards. I'm not complaining. It's just, it's a process. It's a process. So I find myself going live multiple times a day because I get so many hours from doing lives because people be showing me so much love. You see, so like I said, viewership isn't really the problem, but acquiring those 4,000 hours, man, for some people it's like super easy. And then there's me. I'm like, yo, it is a challenge for sure. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. If y'all could do me a solid, which I see y'all already done, but just like the video. Channel interaction is very important. Like, if I can describe how important interaction with people, and watch this. This isn't even just for me. This is for your favorite content creators. When you hit that like button, when you comment, when you share a video or something like that, it's kind of teaching the algorithm, or should I say it's alerting the algorithm to say, hey, we have interaction here. And the algorithm will go ahead and literally kind of push that content out to, it kind of exposes your content to more people, and the algorithm is constantly changing. So nothing about YouTube is constant, and I'm sure it's like this on every platform, but I'm particularly talking about YouTube because I personally believe that YouTube is the hardest platform to be successful on. So I chose the hardest, most difficult platform, which is YouTube. And then, I'm sure I can get a lot of followers on IG and Twitch and TikTok and stuff like that. But man, there are things that I know now when it comes to content creation that I'll be more than willing to share if anybody have any questions. And I ain't no content creation guru, but I have experience, right? So there's things that I know now that I would share with anyone who's looking to create content, and to where like you don't make mistakes that others have. Now me, I'm one of those type of guys where I research like literally everything. I'm always researching stuff, and I don't sleep much. So there's a reason why I'm on the internet at 1:27 in the morning in Mountain Time, while everybody else in here in my house is sleeping. But yeah, it's definitely a process for sure. So shout out to everybody who's tapped in. For sure. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm on God's Soul right now, and I'm gonna go through a few of his videos. I like his joints, man. He got some kicks on here. I like that. Alright, Aqua 8s. He just dropped that about an hour ago. Perfect back to school sneaker. Air Jordan 4 RM. Fam, let me know how those RMs. I have not placed my foot into an RM yet, but I hear they're comfortable. That's what's up. You actually have a few. You got a Bruce Lee RM. You got a few RMs. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh yeah, you see those foam posits. I wanted those Black Volts foam posits, and you got the Royal. Ooh, yeah, that's what's up. That is a hard fact. My man said most definitely. One thing for sure, the traffic's gonna come. Just gotta stay consistent and stay original. These YouTube streets is crazy. However, people always watching all over the world, and my analytics do show that. That is absolutely correct. One of the things that I refuse to do because people do it. I guess maybe it just looks good for numbers and clout. Is that people pay for views and they pay for subscribers. So there's a bunch of sites out there, a bunch of companies out there you can go run to, and you can pay them, and you have 10,000 subscribers overnight and all that stuff. And it's dangerous because number one, if YouTube catches you, you get your channel banned. They can just snatch your channel away from you. But number two, I am seeking more of that original, organic growth, right? I'm not out here just caring about a high subscriber count. Don't get me wrong. I do think there's some sort of psychology behind having a lot of subscribers, and the only thing that means is, and I guess I'm guilty of it. I've talked about this in the past. I'm guilty of it as well. So if I was to YouTube how to fix my toilet, how to fix the handle on my toilet, if I was to YouTube that question, and a plumber pops up, and this plumber got 5 million subscribers, right? And he has a video about how to fix a toilet, and this video got 3 million views. There's a very good chance I'm gonna click on that plumber with all of those views, because clearly I would naturally assume he knows what he's talking about, right? Meanwhile, you can be a plumber and you can have 300 subscribers and be a better plumber, like a master plumber, versus the person who got all of these millions of views and subscribers. But because you don't necessarily have the viewership and the following yet, people aren't clicking on your video, which would be the best video on how to fix your toilet. So I'm guilty of kind of flocking to bigger channels as well, I'm not gonna lie. So I definitely understand the process. I definitely understand it, which is crazy, but I do get it. Let me see. Let me get on a video here. I see you dropping content though, so that's what's up. Let me check out this one. What's up, man? Yeah, you get a shot. You got that personality. I see it already. Yeah. I'm a New Yorker myself, man. I live in Colorado, but yeah, man, you definitely got that. That's what's up. You're a believer, brother. That's what's up. So am I. I'm watching one of your videos right now. I feel that. They don't want to take my attention away from God and take away from my family. Hold on, I'm gonna pause your video real quick. Let me see what you said here. Right now, the people just want authenticity, and you got it, family. Too many YouTubers trying to sell you a sneaker, not real love for it. Much love and support. Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure, brother. That's what's up. Yo, King Midas, go to sleep. Go to sleep, King. It's late. It's early. Whatever it is, it's bedtime. What up? What's good? What's good with you? What's goody? God Soul, if you're in touch with, if you in tune and in touch with Kicknology, Truth, Jeremy over there on that channel, I'm pretty sure you are, but check him out, give him a follow. He's a believer as well, man. Dope content. Support that all day. Yeah, I'm big on copying what you like and not following the hype as well. I'm checking out God's Soul, his channel right now. Brother's getting it. He getting it. Mm. King Mighty said, I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm planning to launch my own sneaker battle league in 2026. It's time to bring something fresh to the game. Bro, I encourage that. Man, I encourage that. So one thing about the sneaker community is and you know, I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. I know a lot about it. I really can't pinpoint. I actually just watched a video with DJ over at that DNA show, right? And he brought up some pretty good points about the sneaker community. And one thing about me is I definitely don't want to be one of those like old heads, right? I don't want to be one of them OGs, one of them old guys that don't know how to accept, something new. And that's just in life in general, not even just with sneakers, like just in life. I don't want to be one of those people that like, oh, the best era was the 80s, the best era was the 2000s or 90s or whatever. There's nothing like it, nothing ever touch it. I don't like change or whatever, right? Because things are constantly evolving and changing around us, like just constantly. So I do think it's important to stay true to what you like, right? But also, even if you don't agree with something, you can still have an understanding of it and still say I don't like it, right? You can still understand something and say, hey, I disagree. I understand what you're saying, right? And still not agree with it. So when it comes to this community and this culture, I think it's important for us to be able to, be respectful and understand where someone else is coming from, and then still say, yeah, I disagree. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But this, I do believe like the sneaker community and the culture is hurting, for sure. I definitely believe that. He said, in the meantime, I'll be investing in equipment and learning everything I need to get things set up properly for the goal of launching the first quarter of 2026. Yeah, no doubt. Let me see, for season 1 and season 2, I'll be putting up prize money out of my own pocket just to build a hype and show that I'm serious. After that, there will be a small entry fee for participants. Okay, and that money will go towards the final prize pool. I'll still be throwing in extra cash to keep the stakes high and make each season bigger than the last. That's what's up, fam. We had an idea, since you're sharing yours, we had an idea at one period of time, and with the fellas, we've been brainstorming actually sneaker battles as well, and I don't even remember off the top of my head. I'm sure I got it written down somewhere, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Like we had like a bunch. I mean, when I tell you we had like a bunch of categories, it was like non-traditional stuff, like kind of like questions that people be asking us actually, but it was like non-traditional stuff, like what is the most worn sneaker that you've worn 2 years ago, or like pick three, Jordan 3 blue colorways only. I mean, it was just like some of the most random, like off the wall stuff. Like I can't even remember. Like we had some really good questions, you know what I mean, that we were kind of setting aside. But yeah, it was yeah, it was actually kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. The best sneaker you got, under $100 or something like that. But yeah, we had all types of things lined up. Which doesn't mean that's not gonna happen or not gonna, come to fruition. But yeah, that's what's up. That is what's up. King, what are you working on now as far as like content? What you got going on? Yo, God Solar, if you still tapped in, let me know. Yeah, I like your vibe, bro. Let me know if you ever want to jump on a panel and jump on a stream or whatever. Let me see. Do you be going live as well? All right. I don't see any live videos. Oh, I wonder if it's because you're under. Do they still have the restrictions, meaning that you got to have at least 500 subscribers in order to do live? I don't remember that. I don't know if YouTube has changed that up or not. But if you ever want to come on the panel, man, like not for sure. Let me check out your UNC one video. Okay, got the jersey going. Okay, got that NC jersey. Hard facts. Hard facts. Let me see. I'm setting up a spinning wheel with around 200 sneaker-related questions to make it legit, fair sneaker battle. No bias, just pure knowledge and passion for the culture. It's a good idea. That's dope. That is dope. That is a large spin wheel. That's dope. That is dope. Got some good plans, King. Got some good plans. That's what's up. I agree. Hard facts. Yeah. Yo, King, where you at with these? Where you at with these cave stones? Let me know. Let me know where you at with these. I had a question for the chat. Where you at with these cave stones? Oh, I've been seeing videos pop up. People calling these the Jordan 4 of the year. I'm like, come on, man. It's a nice kick. All right, it is a nice kick. Very nice kick. But it ain't the 4 of the year. Cut it. You need to cut it. Hey, Drew, cut it out, man. Cut it out, okay? It ain't. Yep. Mm. All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me come back here. I'm watching God's Soul video here. He's talking about the UNC ones. All right. He said, "Yeah, just a nice pickup. Yeah, if I can get the cave stone for below 150, I'm copping. Anything's possible, man. Anything's possible. I believe that there are a lot of pairs. I believe that there's a lot of pairs of these kicks floating around. So anything is most definitely possible. It's a nice shoe. It is. It's a nice shoe. I'll put that in the video. It's a nice shoe. I think a better question, probably outside of like, is it the best Jordan for 2025? No. I think a better question would be, is it the best GR? You know, and, which damn, I honestly would probably say no again. You know, well, you know, the white cements was a GR, and I mean, I'm the same thing. Me, I would not put a cave stone over a white cement. If somebody did, whatever, that's cool. But yeah, I wouldn't do that. Do you think they're gonna hit the outlets? 93,000 stock. Let me see where we at on sneakers or Nike, because I know they got transferred over to Nike. I'm just curious. I haven't looked at it. recently. If it did, let me put it this way: I would be very surprised if it did hit outlets in particular. That I would be. All right. So on the Nike app, we have sizes 14 through 18 is sold out. Size 12 and a half, of course, that half, that 12 and a half is that money grab. All right, so other than that, from size 7 to 12 is available, and then size 13 is available. So, of course, the larger sizes are gone. Outside of 12 and 13, larger sizes are gone. That is a good question. That is a good question. Will these be outlet bound? And the sad, let me tell you what the sad part is, because I talked about this earlier. Even if it is outlet bound, Nike be thinking they slick. I'm gonna tell you right now, they think they slick. Just because something goes to an outlet don't mean that you're gonna get that juicy deal, because man, they'll have something at an outlet which is 10% off. Sometimes they have things at an outlet number one for retail, which I think is crazy all by itself, but they be doing it, so I seen stuff in outlets where I'm like, word, this is like retail pricing right here. Like, craziness. That is craziness. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. Like, what are y'all doing up right now? Are you working? Sunday morning, should I say now? But what are you doing up? Why y'all ain't sleeping? Go sleep. I was at the Nike outlet today and I got a super juicy deal. Please share. Please do. Let us know. Let us know. I haven't gone recently and I haven't made a video about it, so I think I'm just gonna drop a video just because. But I had picked up some airships. Man, I got them for like, I don't know, it was like $55. I mean, it wasn't bad. Let me go get these joints real quick. Some more light going in here. There he go. Joy the Junkie. Go to bed. It's sleepy time. Yo, what's good? Yo, what up? King, let me know. Let me know about this super juicy. Oof, I'm gonna start using that super juicy deal. Went ahead and grabbed these. I don't want to get the line. I want to say there was either $50 or maybe $55. One or the other. Nice little airships right there. Yeah, the joints actually feel pretty good. Vivid sulfurs. Yep, I know exactly what those are. All right, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. The man said, Donna, don't be careful, be sorry. No, wait, he said, yeah, don't be sorry, be careful. Let me see. I picked up 2 pairs. Okay, you got 2 pairs of the 4 Vivid Sulfur for $260. Yep, it's a woman's release. I remember. Yeah, I remember those. It doesn't matter to me. 2 to 4 years. Size now easily go for $300. Yo, man, like that's the thing, man. You can't really go wrong investing into a Jordan 4. Like you honestly can't. The Vivid Sulfur, I believe, is the black and yellow joints. Well, it's predominantly white, but it has the black and yellow hits on it. It's a fire kick. Truth be told, if they made those in extended sizing, I'd rock those. I actually like that colorway. I do. The colorway is dope. They just don't make them in the Bigfoots, Bigfooted size. But that's an example of a colorway that I did like, actually. That is fire. Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. For anybody who's into either A, into content creation, or B, maybe you've been thinking about it. Maybe you've been on the fence. Now, I'm telling you right now, everybody who has reached out to me on the side, I heavily encourage them to get into content creation because I definitely want to share my experience, and I can actually help people out too. I'm not one of these how to grow your YouTube channel gurus, right? But I study. When I tell y'all I study, I'm one of those type of people that I study a lot. I research. I do my due diligence. Pretty much anything that I want to learn how to do, I go all in on it. Right? I go all in on it. So when it comes to this content creation piece, especially here on YouTube, I would heavily recommend for someone who's just starting out that not only do you got to be consistent, but you have to be engaging, and you really have to accumulate these watch time hours within the first year. I'm going to share with y'all why I'm not fully monetized. I'm only partially monetized on YouTube. And the reason behind that is because I didn't get my 4,000 hours, watch time hours within the first year. So what I'm experiencing on a daily basis is every day I have hours that drop off. So once a video hits 301 year, it starts off on YouTube. So just to put that into perspective, let me pull up some analytics here. I'm always looking into analytics. All right. So right now, just to kind of give you all an example. At one point, I had 3,500 hours. I was at like 3,517 hours. Now I'm at 2,277 hours. So let's just say tomorrow, I'm actually going to check. I'm going to give you all like a real deal analytic right here, because this is crazy on how it works, which is why it's been a challenge for me. All right. Stand by, watch this. Not lifetime. Let's go 365 days. All right, today's the set. All right, peep this. All right, here goes a real example. So September 7th of 2024, obviously it was a Saturday, I gained 16.8 hours on this day today. So unless I match those 16.8 hours on September 7th, when those hours catch up and hit my analytics, I'm going to lose 16.8 hours of watch time, because my video watch time that I got from this time last year, the time is up, so I lose those 16.8 hours. Now on the 8th, I'm gonna lose 2 hours. On the 9th, I'm gonna lose 2.2 hours. On the 10th, I'm gonna lose 4.4 hours. So that your analytics literally shows you your performance within the past year or whatever you want to look at it from. So this is a good gauge of what it shows me on like what's about to happen with my channel. And what I got to do is I got to make sure that it's almost like, I guess, depositing money in the bank, right? You got to deposit more if you withdraw. So this is what's making getting fully monetized such a challenge for me, is because, just simply put, I had better performance in my videos last year than I did now. I still have a good amount of eyes on my channel. I'm not really worried about the viewership. It's me creating more content. It's me doing more lives, exactly what I'm doing now. Well, why am I up at 2 o'clock in the morning? Well, if I can't sleep, I like to be as productive as possible. Don't get me wrong, I love to play my video. Man, I suck at this game. It's called Dead by Daylight. One of my brothers who live in not in DC, in Delaware, he put me onto this game. I'm not really that good at it, but I like playing it. So don't get me wrong, I like to have fun, spend time with the family and all that stuff. But when I'm not sleeping, and I don't sleep much, like behind the scenes, I'm like being as productive as possible. So that even means, just kind of kicking it, or whatever, talking about this content, talking about these kicks or whatever. But I'm definitely being like behind. Look, I was I give you a little sneak peek. This is my thumbnail for these cave stones. This is my thumbnail. So I was over here doing lace swaps. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that? Let me know. I took the laces out of that woman's pair, the Jordan 1. I think it's a high 85 actually. Like the gold. Yeah, that's what I took the laces. So I took the laces out of these. Aren't these a high 85? Oh, am I bugging? I don't know why. They are a high 85. That's what I thought. But yeah, took the laces up out of there. Put those into those cave stones. Yeah, I agree with that. He said the fastest way there to get YouTube mentions, go live. That's legit cheat code for real. Now, yeah, bro. Like, I was talking to J Elevate Perp and Lewis behind the scenes, and I was like, so look, shout out to Lewis. Lewis at Warrior Kicks 26. He's already fully monetized, which is dope. He was able to. Last year, he was able to knock it out and get it done pretty quick, which is great. I legit might start going live like every day. Like I might grind it out to where like I'm gonna go live every day, which is crazy because I work. Not only do I work a lot, because I do work a lot, I work hard. I probably just need more hours in a day, man. We only get 24 hours in a day. And clearly, as y'all can tell, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm on YouTube, right? Making a video, putting in that work, right? So I'm definitely not scared of hard work. There's no doubt about it. I'm not lazy. I don't have a lazy bone in my body. Matter of fact, for me to back that up, I'm a mover. Like I carry heavy furniture and boxes up and down stairs all day. That's what I do to make a buck, right? I'm not complaining. But keeps me fit, keeps me healthy and all that good stuff. So I'm definitely not complaining. I'm just trying to prove like I'm not lazy. That's one thing about I ain't lazy. So whenever I go a week or 10 days and I haven't made any content, it's not because I'm like laying in the bed sleeping and chilling, right? It's because I'm literally working that much and I'm like, dang, I didn't have time. I literally didn't have enough time in the day to drop some content. Now, with that being said, I do believe that going live is a cheat code, but I'm also very big on like analytics. I've noticed that in my analytics, whenever I go live, for some reason, YouTube isn't pushing my long form content out the way it does versus when I don't go live. So that is such a weird deal. I used to have shorts on my channel. Now this is what I did for my channel. This is the reason why I removed shorts. When it comes to monetization, there's two ways you can get monetized on YouTube. You can acquire 4,000 hours within a 365-day period. So you have 1 year to get 4,000, not 400,000, 4,000 hours. Or you can get 10 million views within 90 days. Unless you're going viral with your shorts, that's extremely difficult to do. It don't really matter how many shorts you even post, man. You can post 5-10 shorts a day. In order to get 10 million views within a 90-day period, talking about within 3 months, that's the other way you can actually get monetized. So for my channel, I took shorts off of my channel. And I've had I got shorts that got 14, 17,000 views, but it's still, even when you add it all up, it don't come there close to no 10 million. So one thing that I've noticed about shorts on my personal channel is I will get subscribers. You can get a lot of subscribers really fast with shorts, but the short form subscribers, they do not watch your long form content. So the more and more I dug into analytics, I started even looking into other people's channels. It's kind of easy to see who has built their channel off of short form content subscribers, because you can have 5,000 subscribers, but when you post a long form video, you get 27 views. And how do you have 5,000 subscribers and you're only getting 27 views when you drop a video? All right, maybe you get 80, and then you hit triple digits and you're at 105, 110, 120, right? But you got 5,000 subscribers. I'll tell you why. Because those 5,000 subscribers are short attention minded people, and they're only watching your short content, which is good because you can still make money off of short form content, but it's proven that YouTube long form videos make the most money. Trust me, I research everything when it comes to this whole content creation. I watch countless amount of videos on YouTube, how to grow your channel, how to do this, how to do that, all of these Googles and hibbly hobla. I honestly think that's like I'm dead serious. If you made a YouTube channel about how to grow a YouTube channel, you'll blow up really fast. If you made a YouTube channel about how to grow Twitch or how to grow IG or how to grow on Facebook, if you made YouTube channels about how to grow in particular, because I don't remember the exact number, but they say there's a lot of people, man, just in general, like every day there's new channels being created on YouTube, like every day. And they also say that only 10% of people get monetized on YouTube. That's how difficult it is to do. 10%. 10%. I don't think y'all even know how difficult it is to get 1,000 subscribers. Kind of blows my mind a little bit. To get someone to subscribe to your channel, and I'm talking about people that will watch your content, they won't like the video, they won't subscribe, and it's free. it's difficult to get people to do things for free. Free. We're talking free here. Statistically speaking, to any content creator who's out there, you can look into your analytics, and your analytics will actually show you. You can also, if you're good with math, you can do the math in your head. It's really not difficult to do. We're talking maybe 5%. For some, it's even 3%. People aren't even getting 10%, likes. So if you, what's 10% of 100? 10, right? So if your video got 100 views, you won't even get 10 people, 10% to like that, to drop a like. I didn't say nothing about commenting or whatever, sharing and all that stuff, but just to hit that like button. So out of 100 people, you will probably get 3%. That means 3 people out of 100 will probably hit that like button. It's crazy. It's a numbers game for sure. I'm burning the midnight oil. You're driving. That's what's up. Be safe out there. Be safe. Facts. Jordan Junkie, free 99. Free 99. Free, man. It's difficult to get people to do things for free. However, that's really not a complaint, because y'all have heard me say this before. I truly believe that, when it comes to leadership, like, just to give you an example, I have a crew of guys that for me, and I'm gonna tell you right now, one thing I hate, and I talk about with capital letters, I hate moving in the snow. I don't even like moving in the cold, but when I say cold, I'm talking about like the extreme cold. I'm not talking about like 30 degrees or 25 degrees, whatever. I can work in that. I'm talking about like when it's like 4 degrees, or when it's like 2 below zero, 7 below zero. I'm talking about an extreme cold. I hate it. I hate when my customers even. I remember last year, we didn't really get too much snow out here in Colorado, but we had some cold weather, and I had a move to do. And I hit my customer up, and I was like, hey, it's really cold outside. I don't think today is a good day to move. The ramp's gonna be all icy and slippery, and it's cold. I mean, flat out, it's really just too cold, to be outside. And at that time, I want to say it was like 4 degrees or something like that. It was just too cold to my liking, to my personal liking. I was like, this isn't a good day to do a move. My customer, an older lady, she's like, oh, Derek, please, I really need this stuff done today, blah, 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 hibbity, blah, 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 blah. I'm like with my eyes on the phone, right? So I'm literally sitting there like, all right, like whatever. So I'm calling my crew, and I'm like, hey guys, dress warm, man. This customer really want this done, and we're gonna have to be out here in this cold or whatever. So guys are getting ready, and I'm warming up my car and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. And it's funny because she calls me back like 15 minutes later, and she's all stressed out. And she's like, hi Derek, my car won't start. I don't know what's wrong, but my car's not starting. And I'm like, yes! I'm like, yes! I'm like, man, I tried to tell you it's too cold to be out there messing around. And I'm like, I didn't want to be in that crap anyway. My car started up just fine because I had it inside my garage. But she probably had to park outside. But she's all stressed out. I don't know what's wrong. My car's not starting. I'm like, yeah, it's probably your battery. And it's a woman, so she didn't know nothing about nothing. I'm like, yeah, you cold cranking amps. Your CCA is going to be down. And just need a jump and whatever. But Worry about it tomorrow. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 55 degrees. So tomorrow it'll start up just fine, but it's just a little bit too cold outside, and yeah, it's great because I live in Colorado, right? So, but I'm not a fan of like the extreme heat or the extreme cold. But if I can make a point when it comes to working, right, I'd rather work in the heat versus the cold, and I prove it to you because I just told you my customer's car wouldn't start. I have moving trucks; they're diesel, right? Yes, you can put block heaters on there and all that good stuff, but where I park my trucks at, I park it at a yard. It's a secured lot that doesn't have electricity there for us to use, for tenants to use. So in the cold, lift gates don't work the same. In the cold, obviously diesel can freeze, gasoline can freeze too, but it takes colder temperatures. Yes, you can put the I'm losing my train of thought here. You can put the inside the gas tank, the diesel tank, the additive. You can put the additive in and all that good stuff. But I'd rather be too hot than too cold, personally. I would rather be too hot, versus too cold. When I'm working, when I'm doing a move and it's too hot, take my shirt off, right? Stay hydrated, drink water, stay hydrated. You'll be okay. But when your toes is like this in your boots, when your hands get cold, when your head and your ears get cold, even when you're layered up and all that stuff, yeah, all right. That ain't the play. That ain't the play for me. My bad, y'all. I got into no hype, man. Yeah, get some rest, man. I'm about to drive my head into the pillow. Every time I stay up like this, I end up spending money. Oh snap! Yeah, man. Put that. Lay it down. Get some rest. King Mighty said, if I start a sneaker battle league using the StreamYard app and have 3 judges on the panel, do the judges' channels benefit from the live stream? A very good question. So with StreamYard, it gives you, the host, it gives you the option to have people log into their YouTube channel to stream their channel individually. So the answer is yes. If you want it to happen that way, it can happen that way. So like, just to give you an example, I can send you a link to your email right now and have you come on StreamYard. Now, when you come onto StreamYard, it'll give you the option to stream your YouTube channel right alongside here with me. Or you can just join the panel with me and be up here talking with me, but your channel's not linked, to YouTube through StreamYard. So you won't be getting any credit, but you will be up on panel. You know what I mean? So to answer your question, the answer is yes. You can link individual channels to StreamYard. And not just YouTube. I might not be able to check it now because I am live right now, but they've added like IG, Twitch, and they added some other streaming platforms that I've never even heard of. But apparently, I guess they're big enough platforms in order to add them on here. So you can stream to X, you can stream to Facebook. So yeah, you sure enough can. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in. I was live earlier with Jay Elevate. We did a little behind the scenes YouTube live, with content creation. There's a lot of y'all that was tapped into that. So trust me, I appreciate it because like I said, I am literally doing an hour grab. Like I am grabbing hours so I can get fully monetized. And obviously I still want my channel, to grow organically. I'm not trying to cheat the system or nothing like that, but that's why I've been going live like multiple times a day. So like when I'm not working, and then this is why I was talking about move, because I'm a mover, but when I'm not working, I'm like trying to be as productive as possible to get my channel fully monetized. And it's not as easy as it is for some. Like, man, these videos be popping on my feed, how to monetize your channel in 10 days. I got monetized in a month, and I'm like, yeah, good for you. Not that easy, man. And it's not that easy for a lot of people. I don't mean good for you as far as like being a hater, right? Because I'm not a hater. I'm like, hey, if you're able to do it, you're able to do it. That's cool. That's dope. But for the bulk majority of us, that ain't how it's gonna happen. Like it's not. It's not how it goes down. It ain't that easy, you know. So, for anyone who wants to get into content creation, once again, this is not to discourage you. This is just, you know, kind of telling the truth about what could possibly happen. You could get your channel monetized. Look, let me share something with you about going viral. When I first started this YouTube channel, I keep my very first video up. I hit on a Travis Scott Black Phantom. That's the very first video I made on YouTube. And the reason why I keep that video up is because that video is cringy. It's a terrible video. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to talk about. Even though I was doing a shoe review, I really didn't know anything. The lighting was poor. It was all super dark. And I did not have a microphone. I was just using the mic out of my my cell phone. So, you know, I sounded like I was far away, you know, in the room. It's a terrible video. And I'll leave it up for a reason. You know, I can easily unlist it or delete it or whatever. I'll leave it up for a reason to show my growth. My background sucked. Everything was bad. Everything was bad. I leave that video up for a reason to show, like, just do it. Like, start right where you at. Sometimes people can take too long trying to get ready, right? Oh, I gotta wait till I get this $2,000 camera, and I gotta get these fancy lights, and I gotta get this, I gotta get that, and I gotta have this. I gotta have at least, you know, 50 pairs of shoes, or people won't be seriously, whatever. Nope. Start right where you at. And that's why I leave my first video up there. Matter of fact, and I'm not saying this, like, I promise you, I'm not saying this to get a click or a view. Y'all should check out that video. It's terrible. It's bad. It's bad. It's a bad video. And I leave it there just for the growth. Literally just for the growth. King Mighty said that's perfect because I want the judge to benefit from it too. The main reason I wanted to start the Battle League is that it will help grow my YouTube channel, Emotions. Now, for sure, man. I agree with that. It's a way to showcase talent, build a platform for artists, and create content that brings value to everyone involved, including the judges. Respect, fam. Respect, bro. That's huge. I think that's a dope idea. You know what I mean? I think that's a dope idea. Bringing value is important. It's important. I'm not gonna say it's harder. I'm not gonna say it's harder because I don't think it's harder, but I do think it's a little bit more difficult to retain. Video retention. Retention is very important. You know, Jay was actually talking about this. Jay and I, we were talking about this earlier. So Jay Elevate seems to be in YouTube's algorithm. Whenever he goes live, he's getting over 1,000 views. Y'all check out his channel. Check out his live streams. He gets over 1,000 views. Earlier, when Jay and I went live, he had about 1,800 and change. So he had 1,800 and something views, you know, on his live stream. I can actually give you a real number. Check cave stones. All right. You might be able to see it, might not. It's just gonna be blurry. I'll read it. I had 236 views. Jay had 1,800, 1,800. I had 236. However, he goes to you. However, out of that 236 views, you're not gonna be able to pick it up here. If you can see it, I got 37 hours, which is huge. It's a good amount of hours. And I don't know, I don't remember how long we were live for. Maybe it was like 2 hours. But I got 37 hours for exchanging 2 hours of my time. So that's good. That's actually pretty good. And I think Jay had gotten like 50 hours or something like that, right? That's good as well. But live streaming is definitely the way to go. If you can get people to, tuned in, peep this. A nice little cheat code, a nice little hack will be if you were able to get 400 people. I mean, like, if you were able to go on Facebook, right? Or wherever you got your friends at, IG, whatever. If you were able to go on to a different social media platform and be like, guys, I need watch time hours. Like, imagine if I went on Facebook and put a Facebook post up and it was like, next week on the 15th, I'm going to be on YouTube between hours of 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. I'm going to be on for 6 hours. I need everybody to tap in and turn me on for an hour. I don't care if you find an old tablet or old cell phone or whatever you got, go to your computer, click on my video and walk away. That would be a dope little hack to get watch time hours. And if you had 400 or 500 people doing that for just 1 hour, do you know how many minutes, how many hours that would accumulate to? Or even 1,000 people. Imagine if the community can come together and do something like that. Now, obviously, like I said, that's just to hit the requirements, right? That's just to hit the requirements. And I'm not saying this to diss YouTube, because I'm not. I'm grateful for me being able to have a voice on here. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have a channel. I'm also grateful for the opportunity for me to have a little following on here. So I'm not saying this to diss YouTube, but YouTube's smart. YouTube is a business, and I understand business. And I'm gonna tell you right now, every channel actually has ads on it. There's ads on every channel. YouTube is just telling you you're not eligible to get paid for it yet until you meet our requirements. So the requirements are there for a reason. YouTube is making money off of my content. I'm not making any money off my content. And I take that back, because it's not that I'm not making any money off my content. I am. Whenever y'all contribute and give like super chats and super thanks and all that stuff, yes, that does go to the content creator. Yes, YouTube takes like 45%. It's close to 50% of what YouTube takes. So if someone gives 99-cent super chat, yes, I will get 50 cents of it. I'm not complaining, because it's still a blessing, right? But outside of the super chat, the super thanks, and all that stuff, outside of that, YouTube is already making money off of my channel, because my channel already has ads on it. If you don't have YouTube Premium and you're watching my content, you're going to see ads on there. So the ads are already there. YouTube's already making money off my content. I have to meet the requirements for me to start making money off of those ads. YouTube's already getting money off of it. So, it's a business. They know what they're doing. I ain't talking bad about YouTube. Like I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on this platform. But getting monetized isn't the easiest thing, because if it was, everybody would be monetized. I don't necessarily agree with being able to have 4,000 watch time hours within 1 year. If I had any type of voice to YouTube, if they want you to be able to earn your keep, I guess, if that's how you want to look at it, they should remove the, if they want to make sure you have enough eyeballs watching your content, they should remove the time frame that you should have to require to get these hours. They should just have a set amount of hours to say, hey, once you get to 6,000 hours, you're eligible to be monetized, versus saying you got to get 6,000 hours in 1 year. I honestly think that would be a little bit more fair. And I'm not saying that because I'm in that boat, right, of not having the 4,000 hours. I'm saying it because not everybody moves at the same pace, right? That's it. That's just the way it is. So why put a time limit on it? There's nothing wrong with having a goal, but why put a time limit on a goal? It's like me telling you lose 20 pounds in a month, right? Somebody can do that. Maybe somebody can't. So does that mean that you won't lose 20 pounds if you needed 3 months? Why put a time limit on it? Just give them a goal and say, once you reach this goal, congratulations, you made it. You know? But the time limit kind of makes it way tougher. But once again, they know what they're doing. That's what they put it on it. King said, I seen your first video and I commented on it. Thanks for peeping that. Like I said, it's embarrassing, man. It's actually pretty bad. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and check that. One thing I always do, always check out everyone's first video. Make sure to drop a comment. Everyone's, no exceptions. That's what's up. Appreciate that. That you see, that's right. That right there is showing love. I'm doing it for the chat, for the code. Yep, I'm just showing up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's important. It's important. These hours rack up quick. These hours rack up quick when you have the backing. Here goes something else for anyone who's out there who is interested in content creation, right? Let's say you haven't started yet. Number one, I encourage you to do it. This isn't to discourage you. I'm totally here to encourage you to say go ahead and do it. But there are some valuable things that I've learned along the way, and I'm glad I haven't fallen into like a few of these these traps. If this is only applicable if you're not going to enjoy a person's content, and I'll explain to you why. You will see, I'm gonna put in that, you will begin to see this. You will see this right here as you click on other people's videos and all that stuff. As you're watching content on how to grow your channel, you will see stuff like this. Watch this. And I'm doing this on purpose. So it's in the chat. New creators, let's unite, right? Don't do it. You're gonna jack your channel up before you even get started. Like, don't do it. Do it naturally. Think, yo, if I subscribe to your channel, sub for sub, you subscribe to me, I subscribe to you. If it's not a channel that you're gonna be watching and enjoying, don't do it. You're gonna destroy your channel. Now I'll explain why. Joy the Junkie. I've been down with M-Tip since day one. I missed the Wings Logan airplane sound. Yo, you ain't never lie. Yo, I'm gonna have to put it, because you said that, I'm gonna have to put it back in the video. So earlier when I was live today with Jay and we did a live review, right? Yo, I messed up. When I went back and watched my video, peace, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I goofed. I was talking about the box, right? So I was talking about the box to these, and I was like, yeah, the texture is textured. It's just like the white cement box. And in my mind, I totally meant to say wet cement, but I didn't say wet. I said white, and I said it 2 times, and I was like, I dropped the ball. I said the wrong shoe. Even though I was thinking it, I didn't say it. So when y'all see this video, y'all gonna laugh at me because I said the wrong shoe. But to your point, I actually went into the editing and I put wet cement there because I dropped the ball on that one. I was like, whoops, said the wrong shoe. I thought about getting a teleprompter. There are quite a bit of bigger channels that use teleprompters and whatnot. I ain't gonna lie. I literally freestyle my content. Like which is good and bad because I'm liable to say something like crazy, like off the wall, right? Crack a little joke or whatever. Whatever comes to my mind. But then there are times when I'll make some content and I'm like, dang, I forgot to say when these are gonna release. I forgot to say how much they cost. I forgot to say how much I paid for them. I forgot to say that my box was damaged, or I forgot to talk about the tissue paper that I really liked or whatever. There are things that I do forget. And I'm like, I forgot to mention that. So but I thought about getting a teleprompter, because then a teleprompter will be just right. It literally it's right where the lens is at, and they have these teleprompters to where like you can even use your cell phone and you're just reading it the same way how the president be reading off scripts. You're just reading a script, and they make it to where you can look into the camera, but you're still reading at the same time. It's not all obvious like, hey guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're checking out the Air Jordan 4 Cave Stones. These were released on September 6, 2025, so it's not like it's all like super obvious. But I do freestyle my content. I do. I actually like doing it too, so making the content's like fun. I mean, for me it is, right? Making the content is fun. The editing could be a hassle. So when I first got started, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't know nothing about nothing. So editing could take 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on what you're doing and whatnot. Now they do have software that does make editing a whole lot easier, and AI can do a lot of it for you. But I always tell people, King, to your point, just like how you said you always watch videos, like the first video. I always if I watch a video of yours, I always hit that like button. I always like the video. That's just my way of showing love and just pushing this to the algorithm to show that somebody enjoyed the content. Because watch this. This is the reason why I always like someone's video. Even when somebody don't have good content, I still like the video, because as a content creator, you still have time to make this video. And over time, just like in real life, right? Anything that you learn how to do, you're gonna get better. The more you practice, the better you get. That's just the way it works. If you keep lifting weights, you're gonna get stronger, right? I mean, that's just the way it works. It takes time. Some people grow faster than others, but you're gonna get better at it no matter what you do. I'm self-taught. I'm a drummer in church. I started drumming. I've shared this story multiple times. I started drumming in church back in 2010. I lost a child. I have a kid that died. His name is Jeremiah. He was 17 months old. He was at the babysitter's house out here in Denver, in Green Valley Ranch, and he died at the babysitter's house. She wasn't paying attention. She wasn't watching him properly, and he died. Had the story all over the news and all that good stuff. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, his name is Robbie. He's a Denver firefighter, and he has a drum kit. And I was experiencing so much pain. I was in so much hurt, to where I used to go over to his house and I would just bang on his drums. Psh, psh, boom, bang, psh. I would just bang drums. I also was, and I'm back into it now. So I started losing weight now, but back then I was in like really good shape. So physical fitness was another way for me to burn off this pain, because when my son died, I had just stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol on October 30th of 2010. October 30th, 2010, I stopped drinking alcohol. And my kid died on November 4th. 5 days after I decided to stop drinking, I go through a death in the family. My kid at that, right? So I had to find other outlets to cope, right? To use as a coping mechanism instead of hitting the bottle. So when I tell people, like when I get on YouTube and I do like lace swaps, or and look, I'm from New York, man. So like I understand the trolls and all that stuff, but like when people be like, yo, bro's like 50 years old and still wearing Jordans, people don't be understanding how therapeutic it is for me to do like sneaker cleanings. So like whenever it's therapeutic for me, right? When I'm doing lace swaps, right? When I do, it's therapeutic for me. It's not a flex, right? It helps me keep my sanity, man. You know what I mean? I'm a bowler. Bowling is therapeutic for me. Even when I bowl bad, it's therapeutic for me. Mowing the lawn, I love mowing the lawn. Playing the drums in church, man, that's therapy for me. Because once again, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that's my way of coping. Talking about it, right? Even chatting with y'all, it's therapeutic. It's therapeutic. Good therapy too. It's healthy, right? Good, healthy. Working out. I started working out again, right? But it's definitely therapy. But this YouTube thing, man. I mean, like I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity. But I was trying to make a point about going viral. When you first get started in this industry, if you go viral too soon, I think it puts a whole lot of pressure on you, and it can frustrate people. I remember a couple of years ago, there was a content creator that committed the S word, unalive themselves because they went viral, and then they weren't able to keep doing it, and they put too much stress on them, which is, I mean, that's a very sad, unfortunate situation. But I think if you go viral too fast and you don't really know what you're doing, it puts more pressure on you, because now every video that you make from there on is expected to be like, a hit. And if that doesn't happen, people are going to be really fast. Here goes another thing when it comes to people. People are going to be very, very quick. It's crazy. They're slow to congratulate, but they're quick to remind you how fast you failed. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Like real talk. And it's crazy because there's not a day that goes by. His name is Jeremiah. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my son. I just don't say anything out loud. I don't say it to my other kids. I don't say it to my wife. I don't say it to my closest friends, mom and dad, and all that stuff. But there's really not a day that goes by that I don't think about them. I just don't talk about it. Not a day. Not a day. I was watching this Christian-based movie. In this movie, this movie is about like police officers. They had two of them. I don't remember the name of these movies. I think I shared with y'all my roller coaster story, and which is why my memory has been off. But anyway, in the movie, one was about fires, the other one was about police officers, and in the movie, the guy's daughter got killed in like an auto wreck, and he was at a psychiatrist. I heard him give like this really good example of what it's like to lose a child, and I was like, man, that is spot on. He was like, losing a child is like being an amputee. It's like if you had a limb that was removed, and even though it's not there, you can still feel it. You can still feel them, And I was like, man, that was a spot on description. Me losing a child, which is very unnatural. I don't think any parent should have to bury their child. I'm 45 years old. My parents are still alive. My parents still live back in New York, and I'm sure, I'm more than positive, and I have other kids as well, that my parents do not want to come to my funeral. I'm positive about that. I'm more than positive about that. My parents would prefer for me to be at their funeral and not the other way around. So I would prefer for my kids to be at my funeral and not the other way around. It's a very unnatural thing for a parent to bury a child. It's very unnatural. So But yeah, salute. I appreciate you, bro. We get to some more comments here. Let me see. I currently have an iPad, but I'm planning to invest in a laptop or maybe even a desktop. Do you have a laptop or a desktop? Yes, I am on a MacBook Pro. Let me tell you some love that a good friend of mine. His name is Major. He lives in Florida. He moved from Colorado to Florida, and his name on here is called Swole Geek. He's very fit, big into fitness. He don't got a YouTube channel or anything like that. But him and his wife showed me some love, man. Like when I had gotten this YouTube channel, going or whatever. Just started. I wasn't doing nothing spectacular. And they were like, "Yo, D, like, shout out to you, man. Like, you're doing it. You're doing it. We're proud of you." So my wife and I would like to give you a laptop, because you don't have a computer yet and this and the third or whatever. And I was like, wow, thanks. Because once again, I was kind of like starting right where I'm at, right? Just starting. Like, even in my first video, I was like, it ain't no editing, because I didn't know how to edit, right? So I was like, yo, this is like raw and uncut, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I didn't do a good job on it. But anyway, they gave me a MacBook, and that's what I'm on right now. So I'm grateful for that. People showed me some love, and my people looked out. I got a strong feeling that me, you, and Jay Elevate are gonna make some big moves on YouTube. King, I agree with that. I actually agree with that. I will second that. Because there is a certain level of passion that's being placed, into this. There's no doubt about it. I do talk about this from time to time. My name, right? Mr. Think I'm Possible. So I used to do mentoring back in the day. I used to mentor kids, and I used to have a website and all that stuff, like doing blogs and all that stuff. And I don't have this name for like no reason. It's not, it's not for vain. To where your thoughts manifest into actions. And I truly believe that anything that I've been able to accomplish, throughout my years of life, there's a mindset that it just has to be attached. Mindset has to be attached to it, right? Like you have to believe you can do it. Our brains are powerful. I think people don't even realize how powerful they are. Like, you have to believe that you can do it first. You kind of got to psych yourself up first, you know what I mean? Sometimes people got to psych themselves up, some other people don't, you know what I mean? They're already psyched, right? But sometimes you got to hype yourself up, you know what I mean? And be like, man, you got this, And so I do agree with that statement. I totally agree with that statement. I truly believe, like, even just like life advice, like, if I can make a complaint, right? Because I don't really like complaining too much, but if I can make a legit complaint, I wish when I was younger, I wish I had somebody like me to pull me to the side and show me something. That's what I wish. Like, my kids actually have me. It's crazy. I didn't have nobody to pull me aside and be like, hey. And I'm not even talking about being a kid. I'm not even talking about being like 8, 9, 10, 12 years old. I'm talking about even me being in my 20s. I didn't have nobody pull me aside and be like, yo, let me teach you about investing. Let me teach you about real estate. Let me teach you how to save money. Let me tell you how important credit is. I have nobody pull me aside and show me that. So I wish when I was younger. Now watch this. I probably wouldn't have listened to him anyway, right? Just to be. I probably wouldn't have. I was all chasing girls and having fun. I've worked at a very young age, right? So I started making money at a young age. So, but going back to the spending side, kind of like the more money I made, the more I spent. Even back when I used to drink. So I've always had a job, always made money, right? But if I worked and picked right, watch this. If I had enough money to buy a bottle of Henny, right, drink some Hennessy. If I worked overtime and got an extra X amount of dollars or whatever, then I would get 3 bottles instead of one. You see what I'm saying? Like I was still splurging and mismanaging my funds, and that was only because nobody pulled me to the side and taught me how to save. My parents always told me how to save, but they didn't teach me how to. And there's a difference from telling and teaching. And it's crazy because now my kids have me. My best friends have me. Shout out to my friends that actually listen. I invest in the stock market. I've put some people on to certain things when it comes to investing, and people have made tens of thousands of dollars only because they executed and they listened. You can do what you want. It's your money, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a mover, but I have experience in the stock market. I have experience in investing, and I've pulled. People have come to me and asked me. I've told them, and they've made money. It's not rocket science, really. It's not. I'm a long-term investor. You can Google this. I'll give you guys a fun homework assignment, because I know homework sucks. Whenever I tell someone I got a homework assignment for you, they'll be like, Google. You can do this right now. You can do it right now, because I got people tuned in watching me. And it's 2:50 in the morning in Colorado, which means that it is 4:50 in the morning on the East Coast. I don't know why y'all are awake, but y'all are. And I ain't mad at you, because I'm awake too. So you can Google this. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the comment section. Oh, 2:20 p.m. Where you tapping in from? At Max, where you tapping in at? All right, I just put this question into the chat. This isn't for anyone who has experience in investing. This is for someone who doesn't know anything about anything. Now you got somebody who's pulling you to the side to show you something, if you need it, right? But you got someone else who's taking the time to talk about it. India, that's what's up. That's what's up. I went to this jewelry show yesterday with my wife. Yo, let me share this with you, and then I'm gonna get right back to that investing piece. I'm so proud of my wife. My wife taking a step, started a business where she's doing, and I'm learning about this because I know nothing about it. So, permanent jewelry, I guess it's a big thing, right? So she went ahead and pulled the trigger. She got a welding machine because they got something called jump rings that you put the jump ring, in there. Then you got to weld it together in order to seal the link and this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah. So I'm learning about it, with her, and I'm so proud of her because she took that step. But I went to this jewelry show anyway. The gentleman that we was talking to, he's from India, and he's a wholesaler, so he had just a ton of jewelry, just a ton of jewelry. But shout out to India, man. Thanks for tapping in. All right, here it comes. If I invested $10,000 into, and I put any stock of your choice, so I'm not going to give you the stock or the company. I'm going to let you pick any company that you want to. You can Google this, and it's going to give you the answer really fast. If I invested $10,000 into Apple 10 years ago, how much would it be valued in 2025? If I invested $10,000 into Microsoft 10 years ago, how much would it be valued at in 2025? If I invested $10,000 into Bitcoin, how much would it be valued in 2025? If I invested $10,000 into McDonald's, how much would it be valued at in 2025? I think you'll get the point where I'm going here with this. You pick the company. If you invested 10 grand into Nvidia, if you invested 10 grand into Netflix, if you, Walmart, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, you pick the company. Tesla, you pick the company. Nike, don't matter. You pick the company. I just figured I'd name some. You pick the company. It might blow your mind. That actually might blow your mind. Well, Mr. Dink, I don't have 10 grand. You don't need 10 grand. You don't. Start with 500. Start with 100. You don't need $10,000. Start with 1,000. Start with whatever. Have the confidence in order to invest. And I wish, once again, man, I had somebody who pulled me aside and told me this. And not only just told me, taught. Like teach. And that right there is called a 10x. That's a 10x return. You see, back in the day when it came to investing, like when I was younger, man, you would have like you couldn't even just download like a Robinhood app or nothing like that, or Charles Schwab or Fidelity, and like you had to have like some big money in order to even be in, to have a seat in the room, if that makes sense. Now, man, they got all types of what's called fractional shares. So you don't even need to have enough money to purchase a full share. You can buy $5 at a time. $5. $5. Come on, man. Let's be honest. Who ain't got $5? Let's be honest. Who ain't got $5? Now, granted, yes, there are people that don't have $5, but come on. We can start looking into our futures. I started investing into Tesla stock. I discovered the stock market back in 2020. That was when I'm talking about from scratch. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I went to YouTube University, and man, am I glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Man, I'm glad. I'm blessed. Shout out to everybody who is in the building. It is 2:57 a.m. in Colorado in that mountain time. And here I am, awake. And here you are, awake. It's crazy. Unless you're in India, then it's only 2:57 p.m. But yeah, I'm gonna go to church in the morning. There's a very good chance that I will get back on again and do another live, because like I said, I'm accumulating these hours. I still have to finish touching up my video for the cave stones. See, I done gave you a little sneak peek of what my thumbnail is gonna be. My thumbnail got these laces in it. Diablo in the build. What up? So I got to throw some music on for the cave stones. I told you I goofed up and set the wrong shoe in there, so y'all gonna get a little laugh on that. But yeah, I'm gonna be on this YouTube grind. Maybe even when I gotta work, even if I have to wake up an hour early or get ready an hour earlier and get on here and just talk about whatever shoes that's gonna drop, for that day, even if I'm not even interested in it, I still come on and just crank out this content. Hello, do you like a BMW E38 7 Series? Ironically, let me tell you about that. Waiting on this pair from JD. That's what's up, Jordan Junkie. That's what's up. I'm gonna talk about these black tongue fives too, by the way, because I'm gonna make a bold. I think those black tongue fives are gonna be easy cop. It's my personal opinion. Yes. But the 7 Series, I like big vehicles. I have a 550i. My car's old, right? My car's been paid off. That's the reason why I just never gotten anything else. But I have a 550i. It's a V8 twin turbo. I love my ride, man. I actually love my ride. But my car's having an issue right now, and I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't want to dump any money into it. But then I don't want a car note anymore neither. I've gotten spoiled of not having a car note. So right now I'm sitting in limbo. Actually, today makes 1 week of my car sitting in my garage. I got some sort of fuel system issue, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get it fixed. But I love BMWs, man. They call them the ultimate driving machine for a reason. You know, not because I'm not a fancy individual, none of that stuff. However, I was explaining to a friend of mine of why I drove a luxury vehicle, and it wasn't for the flash. Somewhat. It wasn't for the flash for me. It's for the flash of my customers. I have a moving business out here in Colorado, and I have some upscale content. I have some upscale customers, and you know, when you're about to, close a deal with somebody, you pulling up to their home with in a beater, they might look at you a certain way. I'm not saying everyone's like that, but people aren't like that, right? So if you're about to hire me to come into your home and you got a multi-million-dollar home, you don't want me pulling up in something, where I can't even start. Like, yeah, you can be like, yeah, I'm good on that. So, but BMWs are very nice cars. Air Jordan 5, Black Tongue. If you'll get on DSG right now, Dick's Sporting Goods, if you get on the app, go on the website, whatever, they have raffles open. A drawing. They got a drawing open for the Black Tongue 5s. Those drop on the 13th. I've seen, normally they let you select up to 3 stores to enter a raffle for, and then you can also click the ship to me option, which allows you to double dip, right? So you increase your chances of hitting. I have 10 stores that's gonna have this shoe out here in Colorado. I've never seen these 10 stores. Now I'm not gonna say all 10. There's a good 7 stores that I've never even seen them do like sneaker releases. But when it comes to these Black Tongue 5s, 10 stores out here are doing this sneaker release, which is kind of pushing me to believe that we're gonna have a good amount of stock with these Air Jordan 5s. Now, I don't have stock numbers, right? So just because 10 stores are gonna have the shoe, don't mean that they're gonna have large quantities of sizes. Meaning, one store can have 2 size 12s, right? I mean, it's possible. Do I think it's likely? I don't think it's likely, but it is possible. I don't think a store would host a sneaker release and just to have 1 size 13, and 2 size 12s, and 3 size 11s. You know where I'm going with this. So I think these Air Jordan 5s are going to be an easy cop. And another method that you can use to kind of gauge how the market's looking on it is just go to StockX and see what these are reselling for right now in your size on StockX. And if it's not going for, 300 to 350 right now, with this release being a week away. Actually, let me check. I'm doing all this yapping, and I can check it right now. Let's see. All this yapping. Why you out here yapping? Yapper. Alright. Black Tongue, Fire Red, Black Tongue. Not bad. It's not terrible. Or, well, a size 12 is going for 249. A size 13 is going for 254. And the retail price for these are 210, dropping on the 13th. So this right here is a pretty good indicator to me. And don't get me wrong, I think these Fire Red 5s are dope. They will be coming home. But this is a pretty good indicator to show that they're going to be available. Now, the true question is, are we going to get Grape 5 performance out of these? I don't know. I wouldn't actually think we would, but these are going to be available. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be a difficult cop. Family size run always an easy cop, but these are going to be trouble. Double up for me. Yeah. To your point, maybe the bigger sizes. Jordan Junkie, what size are you again? Maybe for the bigger sizes, I can see that. And obviously, the smaller sizes will be sitting for sure. Grade schools can be iffy because sometimes grade schools pop, sometimes they don't. But I can see that for the Bigfoot gang. I can see that. Yeah. I mean, these are a Mando. It's a Mando comp for me. But when I seen how many stores are gonna have these, especially out here. Now keep in mind, my brother Joel, he be on here. His name on here is called Hate to Lose. You'll see him pop up from time to time. I had just got him. When I say just, I'm talking about within like the past week and a half, 2 weeks tops. It hasn't been more than 2 weeks. I had just picked him up some white cement 4s because they were sitting out here in a Foot Locker. I even went back, no lie, I went back just a couple of days ago, last week, to see if they had any more. And I got him a size 13 at that retail. I even went back because if they would have had any size 12s or 13s, I was going to pick up some just to hold, because I believe white cement 4s, come 2026, the value is going to go up on them. And we might not even need the 2026, probably Christmas time, Black Friday, November, December this year. I think white cement 4s are going to go up in value. And I put a prediction out there that these bricks will become the next $1,000 shoe. I put a prediction about that out there as well. Speaking of, don't remember where I seen it, but it said something about a Wolf Gray. Have you guys heard of a Wolf Gray Nigel Sylvester of Jordan 4? Where did I see that at? Could have been on IG. Let me take a quick peek. A size 11. I see you. Okay, Lewis actually put that in our little group chat. Coming soon with a question mark. Jordan 4 Nigel Sylvester Wolf Gray. Hey, Jordan 4 Nigel Sylvester Wolf Gray. Would you cop? If y'all can see that. Yes, sir. That's my answer. That'll be it. Because I've been seeing these. These fakes, these reps of these brick by bricks. The black pair and the blue pair, and that blue pair looks so vibrant. But so does this Wolf Gray. All right, family. Number one, I'm not tired. That's number one, right? I'm not sleepy. I'm not about to go to sleep. I'm just gonna get back on. I have some more content I can make. I got some more videos I can make. I gotta finish this off. I gotta finish with throw some music on here. I'm gonna release this video at, I don't know, about 7 o'clock or so. So in about 4 hours. Just gotta throw some music on it, and I'll have that content up with the cave stones. Shout out to everybody who have tapped in. Before you boogie up out of here, tap that like button, subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate it. You know, I'm always about showing love. Shout out to everybody who's tapped in the building. More than likely, I'm gonna go live again later on today. I'm gonna go to church. Then after that, I'll be back home. So I'll hit Jay up, and more than likely it'll be Jay and I. You know, do another live, man. Do another live. I'm gonna get back into the lab over here. Always love, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the build. Jordan Junkie, King. Make sure you give God Soul a follow. Give him a follow. Give him a follow. I subbed up to his channel. When I'm done messing around here, I'm gonna go back and watch some more content and put some comments on there and whatnot. Make sure you'll give him a follow. Show him some love. Shout out to King. Show him some love. Shout out to Jordan Junkie. Show love. No Hype's already sleeping, knocked out, which is good. Go to sleep. Salute. I'll be back on in a couple hours. Always love. We out.